Hey y'all, I've just come back from a week of getting shot at by trigger-happy Israeli soldiers.
My name's Mohamed Hassan. I've certainly looked better than this.
What did I miss?
Hello, I'm Philippa Thomas live at Windsor Castle, where in a few hours' time, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will marry.
It's the eve of the royal wedding.
This is a wedding that is going to cut across class, break down racial barriers.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't leave New Zealand for this. I'm sorry. Whoa! All right. Jesus. You really want me to do this, huh? Okay. This is Buzz, I guess. Let's go. So the fifth most interesting character in the US legal dramedy just hooked up with the sixth in line to the UK's symbolic monarchy. And we're supposed to care because... And yet, for all of the last week, it's all anybody's been able to talk about. Which is funny, because here's what's been happening in the meantime.
Officials in Gaza say that Israeli forces have shot dead at least 41 protesters.
The deadliest day in Gaza since 2014.
The future of the high-stakes summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is unclear.
I was raped by Harvey Weinstein.
But yet, this Disney wedding has gotten people frothing at the mouth in awe, daydreaming about what it must be like to be that regal. Oh, to be a simple American girl swept off her feet by a gingery Prince Charming. Why do people even like Meghan Markle? She's the most annoying character on Suits. She's always complaining. Always.
I know that you told Lewis.
But I don't have anything else.
It's a lot of bullshit. What do you mean?
I can cut it. I don't deserve you.
Why is she always so stressed out? Her dad is a high-profile lawyer who always throws his weight around, and her boyfriend is a literal embodiment of white privilege. Can you imagine if he tried to get away with half of that stuff while being black or an immigrant? Okay, Donna, bring in the next one. Okay, let me get this straight. So you're here about the janitor position, yeah? No, I went to Harvard Law. Harvard. Get out. Why couldn't Harry have married Lewis, the real hero of Suits?
Can a man just take out another man in the middle of the day for some steak and some wine and some cheesecake that's gonna knock your socks off?
And even he couldn't hide his profound boredom with the whole thing.
Imagine our homes and families when love is the way. Imagine.
Hashtag you just got lit up. But let's talk about Dirty Harry, aka Nazi Ron Weasley. Oh, you thought we forgot about this whole episode? Boom. Britain's bad boy young prince turned philanthropist and soldier, Prince Harry's always been in the news for one thing or another. But while everybody's getting nostalgic about when he was still a cute little kid in the arms of his mother in 1995, all I want to know is, where's James Hewitt? Why wasn't he at the wedding? If you have no idea who this is, Hewitt was a Marine in the British Army, and back in the mid-90s revealed that he had an affair with Princess Diana for several years, while she was still married to Prince Charles. I mean, Charlie was having his own affair with Camilla at the time, so fair game. The affair went on for a few years before Hewitt got deployed to the Gulf War to carry on Britain's colonial project in Iraq. But rumors that he was actually Prince Harry's dad never really went away, even though he's denied it several times in public. Now, I'm not gonna say whether or not I think these rumors are true. All I'm gonna do is leave these two pictures side by side. Did you see my daddy? That's right, Great Britain. We know your secrets. Let's talk about the real hero of the wedding, Bishop Michael Curry.
Those who do not love do not know God. Why? For God is love. There's power in love.
Hallelujah!
There were some old slaves in America's antebellum South who explained the dynamic power of love.
Oh snap, did he just mention slavery in front of the British royal family? It's a little too close to home. So it turns out Bishop Curry is actually a pretty stand-up dude. Back in March, while on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem, he visited children at a Gaza hospital run by the Anglican Church. This week, that same church launched an emergency appeal to help restock the Al Ahli Arab hospital, which is struggling to treat the enormous casualties from last week's protests. Yes, Gaza is still happening, by the way. He's also leading a protest outside the White House this week against what he and other church leaders are calling a dangerous crisis of moral and political leadership that's normalizing lying and leading to the resurgency of white nationalism, racism and xenophobia, misogyny, attacks on immigrants, refugees and the poor. This guy is a real OG. I think I'm in love with him.
Think about a time when you first fell in love.
There was also a surprisingly large presence of black culture at the wedding. From Bishop Curry's rousing speech about love to the church choir singing Stand By Me.
Stand by me, so darling, darling, stand by me.
That's beautiful, but not nearly as beautiful as how visibly uncomfortable the royals were about the whole thing.
This way of love, it is the way of life. They got it. He died to save us all. He didn't die for anything he could get out of it. Jesus did not get an honorary doctorate for dying.
Oh, Philip, we used to own these countries. Why are they so happy? Oh, Philip, fetch me some wire cutters. Time to cut some car brakes. Too dark. By the way, has anyone ever noticed Prince Philip looks an awful lot like the ghost of England's racist past? And that brings me to what I'm really keen to talk about. Why do we still have the royals? While growing up as a kid in the Commonwealth, you're constantly bombarded by royal news. Every time the Queen or a prince is in town, everybody loses their mind with excitement. Guys, we literally have their flag on our flag. Talk about attachment issues. We'll never be royal. And that's no accident. If you've ever wondered what the royals actually do with their time and why they've been kept around for so long, the answer is 2 words. Soft power. What Harry and Meghan represent, which is what Will and Kate represented before them, which is what Charlie and Diana and then Lizzie and Philip before them did, is the face of the British Empire. They're its ambassadors in all the countries the UK still holds some influence over. There's the obvious ones, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, who are still officially under the Crown's domain. But there's a lot of smaller countries as well. The Bahamas, Barbados, Jamaica, Papua New Guinea, and a few other ones. Beyond that, the UK still has strong economic ties to all its former colonies, even the ones who separated from it, like India, South Africa, or Malaysia. And it's the royals who become the goodwill ambassadors for that. In some cases, they even help broker trade deals. If you don't believe me, here's another nugget of gold. Or silk, in this case. Meghan Markle's wedding veil, yeah, that long flowy thing, was made by Givenchy. It was embroidered by hand with floral designs representing the 53 Commonwealth countries under the British Empire. That's a little creepy, yeah? There's a reason for that. Because now H&M have hooked up and been given a new royal title, they're going to be expected to take up the torch of British pomporism all over those 53 countries, showing up and waving and looking pretty like all the other royal couples before them, and reminding the world the empire still exists. And that the Queen's Majesty still stretches over all of their independent lands. Whether we like it or not, we're still entrenched in the image of Great Britain as a beacon for the world. Its royal family, the holy heirs of an empire on which the sun never sets. Certainly an image England wants to hold on to.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all?
And it's telling, isn't it, how much focus there was on Meghan's race in the lead up to the wedding. To the color of her skin, the ethnic makeup of one and not both of her parents, and the implications of a black royal, as if royalty wasn't already ingrained in African history, of its implications for people of color everywhere, that somehow we had aspired to the highest, widest place in the land, that while Western society flaunts its commitment to democracy, it still holds on to a monarchy built largely on racial purity, that somehow this American woman with a black mother was now disrupting the white embrace of Buckingham Palace, a shrine still etched literally with the jewels of centuries of colonization, whose beloved queen, the last remnant of the largest empire in history, the theft and pillage of brown and black bodies the world over, the legacy of genocide, erasure, and economic vampirism that many of our countries are still struggling to escape decades on. But all of us are meant to halt in our tracks and stare up at one of our own, who had aspired to become one of them, and who made it against all of the odds. That maybe, one day, we could be there too. Oh, Philip, oh! On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I look like Queen Elizabeth? 2. 2's better than 1. Oh, my dears, thank you ever so much for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you drive safe on your way home.